Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Come out to my local woodland this evening with Steve, and it's so good to be back out in the woodland especially. Not been very well for the past couple of weeks, had a bit of a bug, but yeah, starting to feel a lot better now, and it's great to be back out in my local woodland. I've not been out in woodland for what seems like an eternity, so it's really good to be back out and just see these really rich, vibrant summer greens that are just beautiful. Now, another reason I've come out this evening is because myself and Steve have recently become national brand ambassadors for K&F. Now, K&F have been going for about 7 years, and they basically are a marketplace for photography and video gear, and they sent me a t-shirt. And basically, yeah, they basically sell a lot of the K&F Concept products, which I've been very lucky to review in the past few months. Really enjoyed working with them. And there is one item that I want to review this afternoon, which is a battery they've sent me, which I'll talk to you a little bit more about in a short while. But first, I'm going to talk you through my first composition this evening. And as you can probably see, I've got this beautiful oak tree here with a snapped branch basically that's leaning down here towards these other trees in the background. I've got an oak there, and I think there's a beech tree in the background, and there's a silver birch there as well. So again, as I always do when I'm in woodland, I'm very careful and particular about where I place certain elements within the scene, just making sure that the trees are interacting with each other in quite an orderly fashion within the scene. No sort of crossing over of branches where it looks a bit uncomfortable. So yeah, just really micro movements with the camera just to try and really fine tune the image. So as I say, I've got this oak tree on the right hand side, pretty much the right hand side of the image, leaning in across to these other trees in the background that are placed pretty much on the left hand third. And the sun has come out at the moment. We've got a big bit of blue sky, so it's a little bit harsh, but just a moment ago we had a cloud come through which just softened the image ever so slightly, which was really quite nice. So yeah, I'll pop this image on screen for you now. I'm going to go and get eaten by the flies and try and find another composition. Now, I haven't had to walk too far, in fact I haven't had to walk at all to find my second shot, and I really do quite like this one. So the oak I was photographing a moment ago, this one here, I just turned ever so slightly to the left, and yeah, there's a smaller oak there in the background, but what I really like about it is it's got a different shade of green to the leaves to the ones in the background, so it really stood out. Not so much now because the lighting's a bit harsh, but again, we had a cloud pass through which just softened things slightly, which just created that bit of separation between the immediate oak tree closest to me and the ones in the background. Works really quite nice. I'm placing that tree pretty much on the trunk of it, pretty much on the left hand third, just letting those branches arch over, and then you can just make out some sort of smaller oaks there in the background as well. It's really quite nice, this. I do quite like it. So let me pop it on screen for you now, and I'm gonna go and try and find Steve. So, as I mentioned, there is an item that I wanted to review this evening. Now, some might find this interesting, some may not, but there's one thing for sure, we all need them, and that is camera batteries. So K&F has kindly sent me this camera battery for my Sony a7R III, but it's compatible with all of the Sony A-series cameras. But what's unique about this one, and it's got one very cool feature, is that on the battery itself, you can probably just make it out there, a USB-C connector. And that's unique because I don't know any other batteries that do that. What's really cool about that is if I went away on a really long photography trip, a full weekend or even a week, like I was recently with the guys in Northumberland, with the f7.1 guys, and I'm only taking a couple of batteries with me, I can, while I'm on the move, simply plug in a USB power bank, and immediately that starts charging, and I can just throw that in my bag and let that charge while I'm walking from you know, destination to destination. And yeah, only takes a couple of hours to charge, and in fact this one's already charged. It's got an indicator light on there, so when it's red it's charging, and when it's green it's fully charged. Great piece of kit. It's got exactly the same capacity as the normal Sony batteries, so it's 2,280 milliamp hours, whatever that means. But basically, I had this out on a shoot earlier this morning, and yeah, the battery just seemed to have just as much capacity as the original Sony batteries. So really quite happy with these. And what I also like as well is it comes with these little protector plastic things that just simply clip on and protect the battery while you're out and about. So you can just throw that in your bag and off you go. So if you are interested in one of these batteries, and I think they make them for not just Sony but for Canons and for Nikons as well. Nikons. But yeah, they make them for all camera brands, and they're just a fantastic bit of kit. The pack I've got here comes with 2 batteries, and it also comes with a USB-C to USB-A adapter, so you can plug it into a PC, for example, or you know, your wall plug at home. And yeah, great bit of kit. So if you are interested in one of these, I'll put a link in the description below. Go and check it out. And that brings me on to my next point. K&F, who sent me the battery, it's their 7th anniversary in a couple of weeks, and they sent me an email. Now I brought it onto my phone here because I wouldn't remember any of this information, but basically, as I say, it's their 7th anniversary, and between July the 10th to the 14th, and between July 19th to the 20th, they have very kindly given me a unique discount code, which is KF Prime 20, where you can get 20% off any K&F products, which is fantastic. So I'll put a link and all the details of that in the description below. Definitely go and check it out. I've reviewed various K&F Concept items in the past few months, including the geared head which I'm using today, the tripod, and now the battery, and also the filters as well. And I'm absolutely blown away with the quality of their products, especially at the price point that they're at. So yeah, if you want to get a massive discount, do go and check this out. And some more details which I'll take from this email, I'll put them in the description below as well, because they've got some fantastic savings and potential for some gift cards as well, which you could make a huge saving. So yeah, definitely go and check it out. Anyway, I think I found Steve, so I'm going to go and catch up with him now and see if we can try and frame up some more compositions. So myself and Steve have been walking for a little while and come out into this open field here, and there's these silver birch just over here. There's a collection of them, there's like sort of 4 or 5, which really look quite nice, especially with the light that we've got at the moment. They're just, obviously with the white bark on the silver birch, just lit up really quite nicely. The field that you can see at the bottom of the edge of the trees there, I've just put a small sliver of that in the bottom, say sort of half of the third, which contrasts quite nicely with the darkness of the tree, you know, the trees and stuff in the background there. You've got the silver birch on the right hand side that's leaning in, and then you've got this real quite dominant one on the left hand side of the image. I'm going to go for a 16:9 crop on this, just to take off some of the top of the trees there ever so slightly, but yeah, this should edit quite nicely. So I'm going to pop it on screen for you now. Steve's just over here taking some macro shots. I haven't got a macro lens with me, so I won't be doing that. But yeah, it's a beautiful evening. There's no wind at all. Really nice and calm. The only downside of this evening, as I say, there are some flying teeth around. But yeah, if we can ignore that, it's a beautiful evening to be out. Anyway, here's the shot. And this isn't a review, but I just bought myself a new vlogging camera. I had the Sony ZV-E1 before, which is a fantastic camera, don't get me wrong, but really wanted to try and lighten my my camera gear. And after seeing Steve's latest purchase, the DJI Pocket 3, I sold my Sony and I bought one of those. So far, I'm very impressed. I've not seen the footage back on the PC, but the features it's got are absolutely astounding. Can't wait to really put this through its paces and see how I get on with it. But so far, very, very happy. So let me know what you think of the footage. Do you like this new setup? I don't know. But yeah, from what I've seen so far, I think it's going to be a fantastic addition to this channel. So I've just turned 90 degrees and I've framed up an image with this tree I've shot before actually. It's a petrified oak tree you can probably just make out in the background over there. In the past I've gone for a sort of normal sort of 4x3 crop, made it all about that tree pretty much, but I thought I'd just try something a little bit different this evening. I've actually opted for a pano, so I'm in at about just over 200mm, and I've taken a sort of 4-shot pano, including this tree on the right hand side. It's got a different contrast of green to the ones behind it. The petrified tree itself, and then the sort of more of this vast sort of darker area on the left hand side there. I don't know, for some reason I wanted to try pano, so I have no idea if it's going to work out, but yeah, something told me to do a pano anyway. So I'm going to edit that and I'll pop it on screen for you now. Steve just walked on up that way, so I'm going to go and catch up with him and yeah, start making our way, I think, back towards the car. And if you see any shots on the way, I'll talk you through them. I must say it's a shame I can't really find a composition that way, because the sky over there at the moment is looking really dramatic. I'm sure it's absolutely peeing it down over there, but you've got this lovely golden light and some real sort of stormy looking clouds. Yeah, I just wish there was a composition facing that way because it's beautiful. Oh well, at least I can just admire it from here. Right then, made it back to the car with Steve. Had a fantastic evening out. I really enjoyed it. I hope you have too. Didn't see any other photos on the way back, but the sky is looking really beautiful tonight. I do wish we'd gone somewhere where, you know, we could capitalise on the sunset, because it looks like it's going to be an absolute blinder. But it is what it is. I still really enjoyed myself. Anyway, just wanted to remind you, K&F Concept have a discount code for their 7-year anniversary. It's KF Prime 20. I'll put all the details in the description below. You can get 20% off everything on the website, and there's loads of other offers on at the moment as well. I'll put all details about that in the description below, as I say, so please do go and check it out, because you can save yourself an absolute load of money. Anyway, as I say, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please consider hitting the like button, and if you've really enjoyed it, it'd help if you subscribe to the channel. Anyway, thank you again. See you soon.